Alright, what's up guys, Clef101 here, and I am bringing today to you a tutorial about how to create this wonderful masterpiece here. It's the 4-star Dragon Ball. Of all the tutorial videos that I've seen on YouTube in regards to Dragon Ball creating, I, in my personal opinion, think that this one probably looks the best. So I'm not going to go through and actually recreate it because I genuinely don't think I can do it. Instead, I'm going to take you through what the layers are and whatnot, so you can create it step by step what the layers are without having to move anything around. And I'll give you the positions and everything that I've got on here, so you can copy it or make adjustments yourself. Okay, so let's get right into it. So layer 1 is just a background. Okay, it is this shape here. Okay, so the round square. Alright, now the color picker on it, okay, it's a bit of a different color. Okay, so when you press color picker, alright, you need to press square to go into gradient. Alright, now the color on here, that you're going to be picking your own colors and whatnot. Now this is basically what the glow in the background is. Okay, you can pick your own colors depending on what colors that you actually pick for the Dragon Ball itself. I've gone for a dark orange and a black, and I've brought my gradient to the right a little bit there, the gradient slider, to give it that sort of glow in the background. Okay, no opacity, no anything like that, so it's good to go. Next layer is one of these old beauties, hexes, under the patterns. I've actually got two of them, one after the other. Okay, they're pretty much the exact same. In regards to the color picker, again, I've gone for gradient. I should actually say that with this one here, if you press the L button in, or the R button, the R button in, it changes it from radial gradient to linear gradient. Okay, what you want is radial gradient. It comes from the middle as opposed to the sides. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's the same for both of these as well. You want radial, it automatically starts on lineal. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So again, this is a much brighter orange with the black as well, and just for a middle sort of thing. It doesn't really add too much in regards to it, other than that fact that you can actually see the background, but they're both the same on there. Okay, so next layer is circle. Okay, now this circle is on a scale of 2, so you want to make it just slightly larger than what your original one is. And I think this one is toggle outline. Yeah, this is the outline. So if you press square, okay, that's the normal one that you get, but if you press square, it actually does only the outline of the circle as opposed to the fill, and it just gives a little barrier around on the edge. You don't want to make make that opaque. You don't want to change the opacity. I've changed it down to 90%, but that's fine. Color picker, I've left this on linear gradient. I've gone for a bright orange and a very dark red there, and then I've slid the gradient over. Now I have also changed the shade of it, and you can see my radiant rotation there is at 355. So if you want to make it somewhere around there, that would be fine. You'll see that in the top right hand corner of the screen there, gradient rotation. That just rotates. If you do it right now as you're watching, that just rotates where the colors are and the color scheme is against each other. You basically want to just copy that, paste it here, and then instead of having the toggle outline, you want to have it as the fill. And again, opacity at 90, so you want to keep everything pretty much the same. These are literally the exact same thing, so you don't need to alter it in any way, shape or form. Now you'll see this is the 4-star Dragon Ball, but I've got 8 stars here. One of these stars is the middle. It's the exact same principle as what the circles were. The stars are just in the middle, and then this one here is an outline but in a darker red, so it brings out the star color just that slight bit more. So you'll see that this is the 5-star right down the bottom left corner of the tools. You can make this however shape that you want to. You will be able to see the scale of where it is, 139 by 138. I don't know why that's different, but you know, it is what it is. And I've slightly rotated it as well. There is no opacity on this whatsoever, so you basically just rinse and repeat that 4 times. Position them where you would like to position them. That's where I've got them there, and they'll be fine there. Okay, really simple, really basic. Again, I'll just pop into here. It's just a nice red color, and then backgrounded by a slightly darker red. So those are the stats there on the top right if you want to take them. Moving on, we come to the shadow parts. Okay, so this one here, as you can see, is highlighted. It's just a circle, simple circle. Okay, you'll be able to see the scale of it. Now if you click in, I think it's R3, you'll be able to change the dimensions of the circle. So if you change the dimensions so they're the same as what I've got there, it's going to be obviously relatively similar to what you've got. And then again, what I've done is changed it to a gradient. I've left it as linear gradient. I've gone to white, and then I've gone transparent. And I've just slightly moved the rotation of it so the white is on the outside of the ball, leading into the ball of the color of the ball. Okay, so that's how I've done that sort of glow effect. And I've done the exact same thing here. I've basically just made it smaller and I've moved it over. So that's basically the exact same thing. I've just scaled it down. Okay, and just made it there. So it gives that kind of glass-like effect, if you will. This one here is again much the same sort of thing. It's just a slightly strewn circle, just positioned down there slightly. The colors are different. That's not what I want. The colors are a very deep orange with the white facing towards the other shadowy parts. Okay, it gives it that sort of light flow effect through the ball to make it a bit, to make it look a bit more glassy, I suppose. And then I've got the gradient slider right up to the very edge there as well, so it's nice. It's nice and good. Obviously, I do have opacity on pretty much everything except the stars here. The opacity just makes it that see-through glass type effect. Okay, so go back through the video, make sure you've got all the settings right if you are wanting to copy it. The last one is just a smiley face right down here in tools, smile outline. You don't need to have it on here, but it just creates that slight bit of depth in terms of color and lighting. So if I come into here, color picker is a very deep orange. It's a solid color, it's a deep orange, so it's much darker than the other oranges to make it that sort of shadow effect. You can see the scale, and there's no opacity on that at all. I didn't realize that. Maybe I should put opacity on there, or maybe I shouldn't, because I don't want to stuff things up. 75% looks alright actually. And that's it. That's the 4-star DragonBall. Of all the ones that I've seen, I haven't seen them use the opacity too much, so it doesn't look like it's glass. It just looks like a cartoon, which is what you basically see in the anime or whatnot. But if you want to have a sort of realistic type look to it, this is definitely the way to go. It's not the best out there. I dare say it's definitely not the best out there, but this is, I think, the best looking in the tutorial stages, but I haven't seen all of them. And it's really simple to the point that it's only used 17 layers. So I hope that was helpful to you guys. Please leave a like and a a comment. Please let me know if you'd like some more of this kind of thing. It's not something I've ever done before. This was copied off of a YouTube channel. I can't remember who it is. I would credit it, but I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. This I made off just completely off the top of my head. I wasn't even using any reference points. So I feel I can probably do this again in the future, but if you want me to do so, then please let me know and I will try and organise something for you. That's me. Keep it real, and I'll see you guys in the future. Bye.